Making sure you got the stream set up. Setting up your meeting for YouTube Live. Bet. Look like we live now. So cool. Drag this down. Actually keep that open just to have the chat up. Then I'll have YouTube open for the audio library. YouTube Studio. Audio library. All right, we're gonna try this shit again. I'm gonna say, can y'all hear my music in a second? That should be so crazy. Share computer sound, mono, bet, hard.
Yeah, I hear it.
But tell me if it's too loud. Loud or good? A little loud?
Probably a little low.
Oh, it's a little low?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't need it too loud anyway. So, damn, this could potentially be a quick move as well. So, the reason I say is this 15-minute kind of closed back in the range. So, being at this 15-minute came down, closed back in the range, and rejected out of this support. Let me see if it closed back above right there. Yeah, bro, it should close back above everything. Now, it just depends on if it wants to flip. But when you look at it, you see the daily, it's kind of in an indecision area right now. It ain't really done too much, but all we doing is scalping. So look at the 1 hour. The 1 hour kind of is coming into this support, So if it does start rejecting out of it, it can start flipping back upward. But we'll just have to see, because the 30-minute did close bearish, but it closed bearish, rejecting these supports right here. So on the 15-minute, you see kind of a bit of a fake out. Like this candle came down, this candle held this support. So if it flipped back up, it should be able to wick fill and come into like these highs right here. Let's see, what is that? If you got in on the break of the current candle high, that's about 22, 23 pips. So I'm gonna have a buy stop on the break of that high, just anticipating like a bit of a fake out on the 15 minute. And all I can trade is a 1, so it ain't really like I can do too much. So 1 hour, expecting it to reject out of this support, and it closed above on each and every time frame, and closed above here. And on the 15-minute, closed above here. And on the 5-minute, it's kind of one of those things where you anticipate it coming up and breaking these high during a time of volume at 8:30. But let's see, because if this 5-minute candle starts like really pushing down, I'll just wait on something else. But as of now, this is probably activating sellers. And then if it were to flip, it should probably go ahead and continue up to get them on out of there. Let's see. That's 30.
And the first target will be that 33.84.
Yeah, 84.8, like kind of up in these ranges right here, first targets. Yeah. But knowing me, it'd probably just be all I would take. Just what the day, just how the day looks. I need to go ahead and drop my nuts and start throwing bigger position sizes on my Tradify account just to go ahead and hit that profit target. But
okay.
Now I know, right? Because how big would this stop loss be if you? I would just use like the 5-minute low, wherever that may be. So like right now, technically that's only 20 some odd pips, so it ain't really like that big of a stop loss. 33. So I'm anticipating that this 30-minute is rejecting out of these supports after activating these sellers right here to flip up and make a top wick kind of into these areas right into here. Like I said, I can use the technical stop would be down here.
Mm-hmm.
But if you break this high, it has no reason to come back and break this low, which would also be very close to that low. That's why it's at that point I probably would just go ahead and cut it. So it's a smaller stop. It's only 21 pips right now. So I mean, it is what it is. Red folders again. Let's see what time we have red folders. I doubt I'm here until then. No red folders. Not during our session. Tomorrow you have FOMC meetings minutes at 2 o'clock. Then on Thursday, the normal unemployment claims. Then on Friday, 10 a.m., the chair speaks. So this is a pretty just normal week as far as price action. Not too much going on. So let's see what the stop would be now if it respects that low. Still only 27 pips, like not very large. Let's see if it wants to flip though. I got a 3 on my Tradify account.
And a 1 over there.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, on my other screen. I'm at 3,897 and I need to get to 9,000, so I need a couple of bigger days. Which is cool. Damn. Nah, that shit breaking. It's still fine for now. But if it starts getting to like 8:45 and like a 15-minute candle closes hella bearish, then it's probably gonna start coming on down. But if I weren't, I mean, the sells where I would like sells is probably like
that 3378 area.
Yes, sir. Exactly. 3378.6, which is very close. I mean, it ain't far. Kinda, it's just a little nasty, like in here. But that's kind of just the market right now. I was on that podcast last night. We were going over my charts, and I was like, bro, we just in these like channels right now where it's like kind of hard to trade in. But
when is it gonna drop?
I don't know. I didn't ask him, but I know he's sending it right over to his guy to edit it. So I'm excited about it. It was a very good conversation. It wasn't too long either. It was like 45 minutes. Very good conversation, bro. I would listen to him back in the day. Let's see. We got 1 minute now before this candle closes. This 5-minute candle closes right here, and then this 5 minutes technically closing below this range right now. So I wouldn't be surprised if it came into here. But like you were saying, kind of that 3378 area. It was called the Trading Nut podcast. Trading Nut Brandon. You've been out for a minute. All right, let's see how this 5-minute candle opens. I still like it if it flips. Yeah, it is an OG podcast from back in the day. Yeah, I'm trying to be, Raymond. I'm trying to be. Let's see what it wants to do. I just checked YouTube and the music is playing on YouTube.
It is?
Yep.
Anybody on there?
It's four people on there. Yeah, so we good. I just wanted to double, triple check. It's a good volume. It ain't too loud. It ain't too quiet. It's just it's straight. If anything, it might go down just a tad. Get moving on my glasses, boy. I want to flip up to go ahead and correct these moves. Come out of this support. Real sales are really like under all this shit.
Yeah.
But for what it's worth, like if I were to look at a chart objectively and say I want buys above something and sells below something, I'd probably say like the easiest buys are above like here, where price rejected out of it last time. I was looking for the stream. Right above. Bitch, hoppy. Not at 5 minutes coming down too. What does it want to do? Let's see. You've got 2 minutes, 15 seconds before this 15-minute candle closes. If it closes weak bearish, I still like it. If it closes like hella strong down here, it's probably just gonna keep going down. He said he has no link. I'm gonna send it to him directly. Invite me. Thank you, Brandon.
If we go back up, down, sure I have no reason to go back down there.
I'm telling you. That's why I'm kind of like, maybe I should delete. But yeah, if it flips, that means that'd be the 30-minute flipping and rejecting out of all these supports right here. Kind of come up, fill this move. But now that we're getting so close to like the end of the 1 hour candle and the end of the 15-minute candle, it's like,
Hello, good morning, guys.
Good morning, man.
Looking at some potential sell or buy. Looking at this 15-minute candle to flip back up after this 15-minute candle kind of closed back in the range on all time frames. So the 30-minute candle came all the way down, rejected out of this support, rejected out of this support. If it flips and breaks its own high, it should be good to kind of go up into filling like up into here and potentially beyond. That's what I'm looking at for now. I don't mean to rush you into a position, but that's kind of, and then if it got sellers in right here, that means that it'll be liquidity to continue up. Kind of how I'm looking at it. So 30-minute candle rejecting out of support, 15-minute candle closed back into the range identified right here, and even on the 30-minute right there, and then the 15-minute will be flipping back up to re-break its high. But we just have to see if this is going to come on down, because technically this did close below the range now right here, so this could be making a top wick to come down. But if it breaks that high, price action says we should be just continuing up.
Yeah, I was wondering if you were looking at that fake out on the 15-minute, but now it looks like we just did a breakout down. But
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
also curious, can you show me how your 4-hour looks? Because I'm wondering if it's the same as for me. Oh yeah, because I after we grabbed that liquidity from the top, I was actually more bearish on the 4-hour now.
Yeah, I think we're off by an hour on our 4 hours on GC versus gold. So let's see. It's looking like it's coming close. So if it were to use, or if it were to get us in, I likely would just, use that low right there for 25 pips. I think that's not a bad low at all. if it had, like I always say, if it gets us in there and it has no reason to come all the way down there. But by all intents and purposes, this could just be the top wick to continue down after the 15-minute just closed bearish for sure. So if it breaks the high, it's valid according to the highest time frames. But on the 15-minute, it did just close below right here, and it could come down and fill this. We'll see. I'll stick to my own bias for now because that's only a 15-pip range. So I don't care to like try to squeeze that. But if it broke that high, I'd be more so open to taking this to go with the direction of what our 4-hour candles look like. This could just be a bottom wick to continue up onto the 4-hour candle. Until it breaks this low right here and becomes invalidated, I think that it's still kind of bullish to continue. Let's see. Like if we start getting close to like the end of the 1-hour candle, which is only about 12 minutes and 45 seconds away, I probably would just delete and wait on 9. But it still looks pretty fine for now.
Need that momentum like yesterday.
I know, real quick push. That thing went ahead and fell out yesterday.
Man.
That's what I like.
On a Monday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. So we'll see what it does. Like I say, it's harder trading in these damn ranges because like technically we're just sitting in a channel of range. So it's like you kind of gotta like utilize experience and be like, okay, we rejected out of here right there. We came down, broke all these lows. If this candle in fact flips back up, we should at least come into these resistances right here and fill a majority of this range as well. Take as much as you want off right there. Let the rest run if you want to. Considering I'm maxed out at trading 1 GC, I likely can only like take my position or put my stop loss to break even. But at this point, I'm just trying to build the biggest buffer as I can to get more and more payouts. So
if I take one off, I will press a sell, right?
Yeah,
take one
exactly. Off. Yep. But if you can even have a buy limit. Like if you're getting in a stop buy, you can have a sell limit wherever you want to, and say I want to get out of 1 right there, or I want to get out of 1 right there. You know, it's just however you want to play it. But you could say like I want to have a sell limit right here, 1, and then I want to have another sell limit up here, 1. You can do it however you want to do it. But I only have a 1 in general, so I got to either take my full position, or I have to just put my stop loss to break even.
And do you guys also trade only like 2 hours a day like James, or do you trade more? And maybe like the rest of NY, or maybe also Asian session for you?
We have some people in here that do different things. We have people in here that do different things. So some people trade and look in Asian. Some people stay on after I get off. But ultimately, I'm trying to, just build the discipline to be able to do what works for you. What has worked for me may not work for you. And vice versa. So 30 minutes now. Flip.
Yeah, for now, when trading, when trading NY, I'm gonna stick to what you're doing because you have more experience with it. Because I feel comfortable trading London session, but in NY, it's like it's just different, I guess. So I'm gonna stick to what you do for now, and I also have to kind of decide on how much I want to trade. Because right now, if I'm gonna trade NY, it doesn't make sense to stick through the whole London session. So,
exactly.
Also, I was gonna ask you maybe about some trades from today, whether you would take them or not. But maybe when there's no trade like in this
potential trade going on.
Yeah. Right now we're waiting on something. So maybe when it's done, then I can ask you about some of the trades from London session.
Okay, sounds like a plan. Like I said, it's a bit tough trying to trade this right now. It's just so choppy to the left. We want to see more so like clean candles like this, as opposed to trying to trade in the chop. But there are ways to trade in it. It's just you kind of got to be a little more smart when you are trying to trade in it. But yep, for sure. Let's go over it. I was telling them before you hopped on, I was like, I have to go to the office today for our team meeting. We have team meetings on Tuesdays. So that's the one day a week where I'm like kind of on here for the time I'm on here, and then I gotta run. But I do try to at least get something before leaving. And this is what I was talking about, Roger, of how I could potentially just be rejecting, you know, kind of coming into this to reject down, continue down.
Yeah.
If it breaks its own low, I'll probably just go ahead and just wait on the 1 hour candle and then reassess after that. All right, it broke its own low. It just kind of came up, retested this support, potentially to come down and fill this wick. We're close to the end of the 1 hour candle, so I'll just kind of reassess after the 1 hour closes. So no biggie. On the 5 minute, you'll see that this candle had a lot of momentum coming up. So I was potentially thinking that if we got into there, that at whatever time that was, we can reject out of here to continue up. But if we close in this range right here, there is nothing we can do. So Chris, what question did you have? I went ahead and deleted my buy stop, everybody. I deleted my buy stop.
If you go to London Open candle on the 15 minute,
okay.
I don't even know if on the futures it will look the same, but I'm hoping. Yeah,
right
it'll a bit to the right, this one, yeah. Okay, so that bearish candle, last bearish candle that closed to the left,
right there.
The one to the right, it did like a breakout to the downside, barely, but a breakout. And then the green candle closed as a fake out. Yeah, here. Mm-hmm. It closed as a fake out, but it closed, it actually looks a bit different than on Forex, but it closed below this zone to the left here, exactly. Yep. So still below here. And so I let it go, but it was London Open, so maybe I could have expected the volume to actually push through, and it played out really well. And I was wondering whether you would take a trade like that and still think it's valid because it closed from, it like did a fake out from that one level, even though it closed below the second one.
Let's see.
Or do you think it's good that I missed it?
So that was here. If you look technically at the 30 minute, the 30 minute was a break of a weak bearish high. So you honestly could have probably taken it and just either had a very tight stop loss of like here, and you were only risking technically 20-ish pips, anticipating that you can fill the high of about 35-ish pips. So it's always woulda, coulda, shoulda, because you do have a resistance right here, and this candle closed below. But I think we took a trade similar to this. It was last week where a 30-minute candle closed a very weak bearish like this, and we got in on the break of that high right there. And this is one of those instances where I was saying, like, it's a bit tough to trade within a range, but if you were to be trading a range, that is exactly how you would do it. So just kind of keeping something simple like that, or even entering on the break of there, anticipating that volume, like you said, will go ahead and take you up. So it's not an A+ position in my eyes because we closed below, because there was a resistance right there. But if you were to just trust in your volume, because like you know at London Open, that candles usually push past anything as small as this. And the 30-minute was looking good to go up, nothing in the way. And the 1 hour, same case. We kind of had a resistance right there. So it's a bit tough. Different time frames are telling you different stories. So I'm not saying that I would have jumped into that. But if you would have, I would have went lower risk is all. Maybe a B- position, I would say.
Okay, that's interesting. Thanks for that.
Yeah, it did play out, but that's always easy to say after it played out. Like, of course, it's a woulda, coulda, shoulda at that point. But if you would have gotten into this and it would have tanked on you, you'd have been like, dang, why'd I get in after candle obviously closed below this support right here? It obviously did.
Yeah. So I was actually waiting for that candle to close, anticipating the fake out, because I didn't get into the breakdown. I was anticipating that fake out.
Yeah.
And then I went on to make my breakfast. And when I came back, I was a little bit late, and it already was sleeping after a week down. And then I just didn't want to rush into a trade, so I let it go.
Of course.
And then I was considering whether I made a mistake or if it was a good trade to miss.
Hell no. What happened? What do we say? I'd rather be in wish or out wishing I were in than in wishing I were out.
Yeah. Although,
It
man,
is what it is.
to be fair, I ended up getting into a stupid trade later on after missing the. So overall, I think I took a really good trade in the morning. Then I missed that fake out, and then I got into a stupid buy later on.
That's funny. And there goes that wick fill, by the way. So price kind of came up or closed below, came up, retest, broke its own low. Now it's just coming down. But once again, we're not here to chase just these very small movements of 10, 12 pips. We want a bit more of a cleaner range. So let's see how this looks at 9. We're only 3 minutes away. It's not the cleanest range down by any means, but we may be able to take advantage of under 33.79-ish area. Let's just see what it looks like here in a minute. If it rejects right out of there, or if it holds it.
That's kind of the area we wanted anyway.
Yeah. And even if price were to close like this, and then say even the next 15-minute candle closed, it came down and closed bullish back into the range, you would anticipate that can come up as well. So it's potential. I don't know. I'm liking sells, but it's a bit choppy to the left. When you just start getting a lower time frame, like it's not much range down. I mean, even there to there is 28 pips, 27 pips. I'm more so like trading with 40 pips and 50 pips range. But if volume is there, it could take you there.
Yeah, I'm 6 to 1 today because I don't see no clean candles.
Exactly. That's hardly wasn't. I'm thinking of trading a 5 or a 6 again as opposed to a 1. If I take a 5 on them micros, man, I'm not worried about losing $150. That's the thing that's so nice about micros. It's just so hard to went past challenges when using micros at all, or get to profit targets. And then on this trade option, it's like, man, 9,000 is a climb, and I'm at 3,897. So I'm almost there though. Just need a couple good trading days in a row. Because once I get to the profit target on these, it'll be 35 or 3,000 on these 4, and then like 2,500 on this 100K. So another like 14,000 or something. All just gamified. I'm interested to see how this candle closes in the next 40 seconds. I like the music in the background, can't lie. Like calming a little bit. Because technically, this is about to close below the most recent right there. Or will it reject out of all these? Or will it close below? Yeah, it did. Definitely did. Let's see if it's gonna come up first. Or if it's just gonna come down. This is honestly all very fine and dandy. Man, I'm telling you, back on Apex, I used to take the break of this high and just try to stay in for about 15, 20, because you know that it's gonna make a top wick. We just don't know how high it's gonna make a top wick up into.
That ain't a bad strategy.
I'm telling you, man. Telling you I would love it. Telling you I would catch about 10 on a 3 and hop out. All right, there you go. Now you sweating. Is it gonna go? Is it gonna go? Oh no, it's flipping. Fuck. Oh, I used to hate that shit. How many did it get you though? About 7, 8, 6. Kevin Samuel's lobby is crazy. Yeah. But nah, I would often want to see if price like close way further down, I'd then take that flip up because I would anticipate it kind of rejecting out of this the way it did get close right there. But truthfully, I want that thing to keep coming down and breaking through all this because I would like something like under there into there. That'd be better. But I'm sure all these wicks on the 15-minute, not terrible. Not terrible. We'll see what the 15 looks like in a minute. I'll probably find a time to go get dressed here in the next like 10, 15 minutes. We don't catch any 15. So Chris, are you net positive on the day, net negative about break even?
I'm down 0.5 R.
Oh, okay. All good.
And I should have been break even, but on the second trade, because the second trade was a mistake, trading like I'm trying to trade right now. But I guess after missing that fake out and like seeing it run, then there was a setup that basically it was like a bullish engulfing higher volume close that I used to take. It was a breakout from from one zone, but it was almost right at another resistance. And I ended up getting into it just because it was like one of my previous entries, something I used to take. But I'm getting away from those entries for a reason.
Gotcha.
And then my plan was to manage when the current candle rebroke its low. But I didn't move my stop loss there. I thought I would manually close, and then it spiked through that. And then when it spiked through that, I was like minus 0.7 or minus 0.8. And instead of just closing it there, I was hoping, I guess, that it would come back to where I wanted to cut it. Like pull back a little bit. Hope is not a strategy.
I'm gonna a couple guys are in the YouTube chat asking some questions. So one guy asked, "What is your entry point here?" I guess they were thinking of when I was in that other trade. Sorry, I gotta have up multiple screens open at one time. But in that instance, it was gonna be the break of this high after this candle on the 15-minute close back in range, kind of like a fake out. So I was anticipating that since we were coming down but rejecting out of these supports, that once we rebroke that high, we can come up and kind of refill most of this range. But that didn't end up happening. So no harm, no foul. All we're doing now is waiting on a clear closure, honestly back above or above kind of this resistance up here. So yeah, it's pretty straightforward. It's just not the cleanest price action right now, unfortunately. But there are still opportunities in every market. So you'll see clear sells under here, kind of going from zone to zone, the Raja Banks method of going from zone to zone. So that's 40 pips right there. And then if you get back above here, kind of like a bit of a little mini fake out, you could probably look to target like up into these highs once again, which would be nice. And if you get above here, which is quite far away, unfortunately, but if you get above there, which is about 95-ish pips away, you can look to probably target into this resistance right there. So like I said, all I'm trying to do is go from zone to zone with volume. So I look at volume times, 8 a.m. Eastern time, 8:20 Eastern time, 8:30 when news usually drops, 9:30 NYSE open. So yeah, it's a lot of factors that go into it, but once you start putting the pieces together, you really can't unsee it. So now the SS 4-hour low just broke, but what Don Bo used to call it, I think, or Tom E trading, he calls it a pack runner. So you could potentially be getting liquidity to continue up after slightly breaking that low and hitting people's stop losses. It's a lot of ways and a lot of factors to take into account for sure. And I just got some great news. Looks like my payouts were just approved.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice, congrats, man.
Yeah. So, so that's now up to 3,500 total payout certificate. Let's see what we're up to now.
Bro, if I go to office, smiling.
Hey man, listen, 30,350 total from a billing $1,300 investment. 30,000 from 1,300. That's super dope. Yeah, that's what it's all about, man. That's what it's all about. So, all of them were approved. All of them were approved. Super dope. I was wondering what I was looking at on my screen. I kept getting the same email over and over, and it was, your payout's been approved, your payout's been approved, your payout's been approved. So, yeah, that's a hell of a start to the day for sure.
Man, what?
Awesome. Hopefully we can catch another little trade. Now I'm live.
When you bought your accounts on Top One, did you buy all 3 of them at once and pass them all together, or?
I did. So okay. I copy traded them. Through the copy trading system. So I only have one account now. So I can only trade obviously one. But when I had 3 accounts, it was very simple. Very, very simple. So you had a lead account and then you have follower accounts. So, but one thing about Top One is it's not a problem. But after you make so much money, you only get 90% of the payout. So of that last withdrawal I just submitted, I received in my RisePay wallet 9,450 of that 10,350. So I think that is 90%. I'll do the math just to double check. 10,350 times 9. Oh, they actually gave me more because that would actually have been 9,315. So yeah, that's right. After you surpass 20,000 with them, you get 90% of payouts. And on your live account, you get 90% of payouts, which is still good. A 90-10 split, that's still really good.
I mean, in most Forex prop firms, it's 80-20. So
Exactly. It's 80-20 on Forex.
And you have to pay much more for the account. So
Exactly. So I know so I did the instant funding accounts through Top One. And those were $399, and this was $518.70 because I added anytime payouts, which I didn't even know why I added them because I took all the payouts at the same time. But I mean, that's spilled milk at this point. So I mean, in total, it's been $1,300. What'd you say?
You went for instant funding?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So on Top One, you can either go for instant funding, or you can go for the lower barrier to entry, which are the one-step elite challenges, which are very low cost, $38, $34, depending on the promotion. And if you want to go for instant and you want to skip that, it's going to be a bit more upfront, but you dive right in and you can get live. And when you hit the profit target, you hit it.
I mean, 100K instant funding is cheaper than a normal 2-step on Forex.
Exactly. So they don't have that frame of reference of how much these damn Forex prop firms really used to cost. But it used to be a lot. It really did.
I mean, it still is. It's not like it used to be. It still is.
Oh, it's okay. Well, it still is a lot. We're getting near the daily low. So if we get near that daily low, I'll definitely throw a sell stop at 3370.6 during a time of volume. And like I say, the unfortunate thing is when you get in these trades, you don't really have much of a stop loss other than the daily or this like 5-minute entry high. But I will go ahead and set a sell stop just in case it wants to, shoot down real fast. So that's a sell stop on the break of the daily low right there. And I'll do the same for my Tradify accounts. Sell stop. It's going to be quick if it breaks that low. So I'm going to set a buy stop, kind of like, oops, coming.
Man,
all right.
Stop filled.
It's in. I'm in. You got to use the 5-minute high as like your stop loss, or you kind of just got to cut it. So let's see. So 3374.9 is my stop. Very quick move. So I only have it about 35-ish pips down. If you want to cut it, you can. But you kind of just got to be quick with these. You anticipate that price is supposed to just go down quickly. That's the only thing when you're talking about break of daily lows. Just trying to protect capital. Let's see. That's only technically a 40-ish pip stop, so it's not terrible. But I don't want to really sit in a 15-minute pullback, which is going to happen in 18, let's see, about 3 minutes. So let's see how this looks. All right, getting back close to profit. Just need to re-break its own low.
All right.
I'm only watching for now as I'm not used
Yeah,
to this
no,
kind
I
of
mean, if it's
entry,
not a
so
trade you usually take, it's a
yeah.
risky trade because we don't have a stop loss.
Yeah,
When
and
you don't have a stop loss,
I'm
it's kind of
only not
tough.
entering with you because I'm trading fixed risk. So if I don't have a stop loss, I don't know
So
how much
my
I'm
stop
risking.
loss technically is above this 5-minute entry candle right here, but you do take the risk of the new 15-minute candle opening, coming up, grabbing liquidity to continue down. So I wanted this thing to run already. I think it got in profit about 14-ish pips, 13, 14-ish pips. I don't even think I saw that, honestly. 3370.6. I only have a 35-ish pip TP right here.
Yeah. Also, that breakout played out really well. The bearish
Exactly. And it's kind of making me wonder if I should just reassess when this candle closes in 2 minutes. So
it's
we'll
basically
see
a break even. So
yeah, exactly. So we'll see if that's what I end up doing. And like you said, it's basically break even. So it's one of those things of if you want to, you just kind of get out and reassess. So let's see. It still looks good to go down. It's just you don't want to sit in the damn pullback because the thing is on the 15-minute, it can pull back very high to continue if it wants to close below here. We're down like 10 pips. What'd you say?
If it does pull back like that and then flip, I could enter on the flip.
Exactly. That's what I'm thinking. Like you can just enter on the flip as opposed to sitting in a whole bunch of potential drawdown. So let's see. It's down like 20 now. Down like 15, 20. So I'm not mad about down 20-ish. And then this new candle, it might not even open. So let's see what this wants to do. Because I don't want to hit a full stop if I can save some capital. Let's see what happens on this open. It might just get my full stop, which would be fine. It just didn't play out this time. We have 10 seconds. Damn, if this comes all the way up and rejects out of there, that'd be interesting. 30, 33. So let's see. If it pulls up even a little bit, it's gonna fly to the stop. If it comes back down, I'm gonna just like probably take a smaller loss because if it flips back up, it's gonna hit the damn stop loss. That's for sure. So let's see what it wants to do. Just trying to lose less, honestly, because I think it's gonna hit the stop. You just don't want it to hit your full stop. And if it does, like I said, it is what it is. But like I said, it got in profit about 14. Okay, so it got me out there with that position.
Order filled.
Okay. So it didn't close below, and that's why. So on a 1, unfortunately, I woulda, coulda, shoulda just cut it right down there, but no biggie. I mean, it is what it is. But let's see. So now, what the unfortunate part is, it's probably gonna flip and come back down.
And would you look to re-enter now on the rebreak of the current candle?
That is too close for me. Unfortunately, like this stop, or sorry, this support right here is too close.
Okay.
So there's not really much I can do. This is gonna come up, create a much higher top wick, and moreover, we're so close to this 30-minute support right here. And so now at that point, if this thing closes above at that point is where it might start going back up. It broke the daily low right there, came down, like I said, like 13, 14, and then ultimately decided to flip up. Roger, did you hold the full loss or did you cut it at all?
I cut it some.
Yeah. I wasn't even able to cut it because by the time I decided to, it was like, shit, we're so close to the 15-minute ending.
Yeah.
But it's so, I mean, you can't cry over spilled milk. It just is what it is. Let's see. Which copy software do you recommend? Someone asked which copy software. So this is trading, or sorry, this is Top One Futures. So on Top One Futures, they have a copy system embedded into the system already, copy trading. But on Trading View or Trade Evade, they also have a copy system embedded as well. So let's see what it do. Because if this 30-minute candle now closes back above after grabbing all this liquidity to the downside, it probably should go up. But that's just annoying because I can't trade any larger of a size, any smaller of a size. So you just wanted to probably cut that as you saw it go against you. No big deal. I mean, it is what it is. This 30-minute closure will be a very telling closure. Like either it will come and finally close under this 30-minute support right here, or it'll break back up and close above to take it back up. But if it closes kind of like in an indecisive area, there's not really too much you can do. Roger, I know you threw a 1 on that.
Yeah, I threw a 1.
Okay. Whew. You got my heart beating, bro. Nah, don't throw no 2 on that. That break of that daily low is mean. That's why I just threw a 2 on my other accounts too. So it wasn't nothing too crazy. I'm still above 153,000 on those. So now we're rejecting out of here. So like I said, we'll probably have to see what it looks like in 11 minutes. Whether it wants to go back up or wants to just bottom out and finally come on down. But I don't even remember seeing the profit for real. Like I don't even like it got into profit by about 12.
I ain't really see.
I did not see that. It got in profit down into here, 15, because I ain't sure it was on the break of that. So we obviously seen 15, but like I said, it's probably going to continue down after rejecting out of these supports right there. So we'll see. No big deal. The thing about RisePay that's so dope is that I'm about to make the withdrawal. I swear that thing hits your account in like a few minutes.
That shit nice.
So it's really simple. Like all you do is just go to RisePay and then you say how much you want to take out. So 9450, and then hit confirm. And then what's my password? I gotta find it. See the music. Hope that's right. Nope. I gotta go find it. So is it flipping it? It's trying to respect it.
By the way, are there any drawdowns or like, is there a catch with having instant funding in top one?
You have a very small drawdown, basically. So when you have instant funding through them, you only get a 3% drawdown.
Okay,
so
yeah,
150K
that's
account.
pretty small.
Yeah, 150K account, you get a $4,500 drawdown. So it's
is
very
it a
small.
trading drawdown or just a static one?
So this is end of day drawdown through top one. Apex has trailing drawdown. So
yeah, because I've noticed that it's much cheaper in futures, but the rules are also totally different than in Forex.
Tough, yeah. So
and in Forex, you don't have the consistency rule normally, but then you have the consistency rule in the instant funding. So that's why it's like a catch, because you have to make more trades to actually get the payout.
Exactly. So in this instance, you will have a 3% drawdown and your target's 6%. So, or is it 6%? So it's a bit tough in that aspect, but it's kind of just the hand we've been dealt, honestly.
There's a really cool company. I don't know if you've heard about the Fivers from Forex.
I think I have.
It's like one of the biggest, and they actually scale your account. So every 10% you make, I mean, depends on the account, but like high stakes account, so a regular two-step Forex account, every 10% you make, they scale it up. And once you get to like 300K, they give you a salary. So that's pretty cool. And then once you're at 500K, which is the max, you get 100% payout, profit split, and you get a $10,000 salary.
Jeez. Well, that ain't too bad.
But yeah, to get to there is like it's pretty difficult.
Oh, wow. Exactly. Anyway, but yeah, I just submitted for that, and hopefully it shows up here in the next hour or so. Usually does. Let's see. Now, this is rejecting. So it's like in there. You know what's gonna happen though? What's gonna happen is this 30-minute candle is about to close, and I bet you that 9:30 candle just bottoms the fuck out and comes and falls. Because after it starts breaking this low, this previous low, then it's probably gonna just keep on coming down into like here, like these wicks right here, stuff like that. So we'll definitely see. But I'm here until like 9:40, 9:45. But that was that actually did work out though. Like you were saying, Chris, the breakout closure under there, it wasn't much of a wick, but it was something. Came all the way down into this support.
Yeah, it seems like there were two chances where when we were looking for the buy, then there was that first breakout, but then it also rejected support kind of, so it was a bit more scary. And then there was another breakout, but it was like so minor on the 15-minute that I also felt a bit scared to take it.
Nah,
you actually have a bit different liquidity than me, so on my chart, it looks a bit different.
Right. Damn. With an A plus. Yeah, I mean, Brandon, I take that. Break it the daily low all the time. And by the way, so it just hit my bank account. That shit's so crazy.
Okay, that is really fast.
Yeah. So you'll see pay now, and then you'll see withdraw. Going slow, but
is Rise something like a PayPal or something? Because we don't use it in
like
Poland.
The middleman. Okay. Basically the middleman. So it just hit my bank account. Yeah. So 10.5, 3,500, 6,900, and then 94,500. Super cool. Let's see if we can get back up, because if we can get back up here, all the way up here, that'd be like a little fake out to go back up. And being that I can only trade on ones, I took a bigger loss than I should have. So whatever, it is what it is. But because remember when you were like, it's kind of near break even, that's one of those things where it's like, taking a minus 40, minus 50, minus 60 is so much better than actually like trying to see if it gets back into a little bit of profit, because that profit doesn't really matter in the grand scheme.
Yeah, but psychologically, it's still
exactly. But psychologically,
so, yeah, it's. I would say it's pretty similar to what I did yesterday, where I was minus that 0.2 R difference, but then I wanted to cut it at minus 0.5. So then I'm waiting for that, because it's like a little spike in one direction. It's really random whether it happens or not. So then you hold it because it's really probable, but then it doesn't happen, and you end up losing more money.
You're like, oh yeah, it'll go back and profit a few pips, and I'll just cut it, then wait till 9:15, and then you're waiting on it. It actually, I mean, the 15-minute isn't even bad to take the trade off of, honestly, because if this 15-minute closes back above this range, that'd be the 30-minute still rejecting out of here, anticipating that even if the next candle wants to come down, you anticipate this candle to come up and make a top wick, however high that would be. The better move would be for the 30-minute to close back above up here, but you don't want to see the 15 and the 30 close above. So I'll definitely just see what we look like in the next 3 minutes. I'm not anywhere near my max daily drawdown. Like, your daily drawdown has to be $2,700 to lose in a day on a one. That'd be really hard, like minus 270. Really hard.
So how much are you down after that trade, and how much do you allow yourself in the trading?
No real allow myself, but I mean, on the account I'm down like $300, like nothing.
Okay.
$11. So nothing really just too massive. But yeah, no real allow myself one way or the other. Like I said, woulda, coulda, shoulda, just cut it with intuition at minus 10, minus 15, minus 20, because you don't want to ever just take that bigger loss, especially knowing what your win rate is. It's no point in taking the bigger losses. But I mean, like I said, it's spill milk, and these are like, it's so subjective because these accounts are like demo accounts. So it's like, it is what it is. But like when you're trading a live account, you're like, and then I can only trade ones on it. So it's not like I can just throw a 2 and get that back really quickly and easily. Now you got to hold a 1 for 40 some odd pips to even get that back. So I'm not even trying to get it back. I just want to take one more good trade, honestly. It closes like this though. That's not bad, depending on if you get a wick down, anticipating that this will happen, this will happen, this will happen.
Yeah, normally,
but it just has. What'd you say?
In the London session, I would actually think that this is like a really good trade, but depending on how the new candle forms.
Yeah, exactly. If we get a wick down into here, that's one thing. If it just starts creeping up, then that I can't do anything about that. So the 30-minute will be closing bearish, but it'd be closing very weak bearish, rejecting out of these supports right here. So in turn, you would suspect that price should come down a little bit and then re-break its own high to continue up and break that. Now, if it closes below this, that'd be a different story. So we got 10 seconds, 13 seconds until that were to happen. So let's see. All right, so let's see how this new candle formulates. I want it to rally down. And if it does, I will take another trade. If it just goes up from there, I wouldn't be surprised because it's kind of closing right at that support, kind of wick down right there. But I just need a bit of a better lower wick than that.
Okay.
Because, yeah, you got that little area to watch out for. But what I would really anticipate is price, if it wants to go ahead and reverse, is coming like more so up into here. See, I hope it don't want to just run off because this is 9:30. This is a good time to take advantage of. But now we're getting closer and closer and closer. This is closed above and it's rejecting out of this support right there. And then this is kind of what we were watching yesterday of like you could get in and you could use the previous, but you got to risk sitting in any pullback that were to come right here. And then you're just making higher highs on that 5 minute, higher highs, probably to come up into here, into here.
I wanted it to come down some more.
Yeah, more than is that a 1 pip bottom wick or 2? 3, 4, yeah. Let's just see. Like I said, I mean, it's still not bad, but I really need a bottom wick to be taken. Now we're breaking this high, and it's like, but it makes sense though. So from this high right there, which was nothing, seen about 19 so far. Oh, that's lame. Then this would now be the 30-minute candle flipping, or sorry, the 1 hour candle flipping, if it were to come up here. Boo. Thing moving, man. There it goes. That's so lame. No bottom.
That's the worst feeling to take a loss and then exactly what you said would happen.
Exactly.
Like...
Exactly. Just no bottom wick. And you kind of alluded to it as well. Did you stay out of that or did you get in it?
Yeah, I stayed out. I really wanted a bigger bottom wick. Because
exactly.
I could see as well grabbing the highs and then flipping after
flipping down. Exactly. On the 30-minute. Exactly. So,
especially when we were so bearish, but maybe we can close here and then make a resistance to revisit the lows. Maybe.
Exactly. So now that's that area that I was kind of looking at to target because this is the support that price rejected out of or kind of went out of the first time. So I'm gonna go get dressed so I can see what 945 has, and I may take something at that point, but at worst I'll just call it with one loss. Like I said, I got to be in the office in 25 minutes now, and it's about 8 to 10 minutes away. So yeah, we'll just see what 945 looks like, but I'll be right back.
Okay.
If you see anything, call it out, but I don't think anything's happening truly in this next 10 minutes, quite honestly. All right, I'm back. Is this gonna close above? That shit went perfectly to the target. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's really unlucky.
No top or no bottom wick. Like I said, I mean, I just can't get into that because it worked out one time. It just is what it is, unfortunately. Close kind of right at this resistance. Yeah, like you said, I mean, the idea was there. It rejected out of this support. Close back above. 15-minute candle close back above. Anticipated getting the bottom wick at least down into like right into here. If you would have enter on the re-break of the high, first target right here, long target right up into here. And yeah, so it is what it is. Like you said, a bit of an unlucky break for sure. Unlucky break. But yeah, there's really the next move would honestly be at 10 a.m., which is the 1 hour closure back above this, kind of taking it back on up. But unfortunately, I got to go ahead and head into the office. But the idea was there. So lesson learned from today was essentially just cut the position, even if you're minus 5 to 10 pips. It's not that big of a deal because you want to save that capital for the next trade. And then honestly, that 15-minute play right there was nice, but I wouldn't enter that because I wouldn't want to be revenge trading, because the worst thing would have been if this thing would have started moving and then closed against you and you're going against your rules. So it is what it is, like I said.
Yeah, and would you ever consider if now this candle goes down and strong, closes like strong bearish and it's a resistance, would you consider going for sells?
Yeah, for sure, because now that we're right at this resistance, this can make a top wick just to come back, close bearish, and I would anticipate that at least half of this range will be filled back down as well, for sure.
Okay,
I like
cool.
that move a lot. Yep. So, like I said, I'm about 10 minutes from the office and it's 9:46. So I will, if I see anything while I'm peeking on my phone, I'll definitely say something. But for now, I gotta run.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
Cool.
All right, Jane.
Cool. All right, y'all be easy.
Peace out.
Yeah. See you. Thanks for the stream. Bye, guys.
All right, no, not a problem.